The River Raisin Ragtime Revue has been thrilling audiences with a blend of exciting music and engaging history for more than 10 years. With a mission to both entertain and educate the public about America's original styles of popular music, R4 tells the story of ragtime, from its early African-American origins through its climb to national prominence and its influence on the jazz age that followed. Fanfare magazine describes R4's music as entertainment, education, and a sonic blast all rolled into one. And Just Jazz magazine of London, England, says the music is meticulously researched and performed to an equally meticulous high standard, packed with rare treasures, beautifully played. The orchestra brings audiences to their feet as they recreate the music that inspired the dance craze and brought us into the modern era.
Wow, it's really, really hard to believe that it has been a little over 10 years of putting on these ragtime concerts, doing this outreach programming. I'm very proud of the fact I don't think we have ever played a show where there hasn't been a standing ovation. It's just people find the music infectious and the players find the music infectious, which I think is just as important. And the variety of style is really incredible in the ragtime era. We take the music actually right up into the early jazz era.
R4 has partnered with major venues and artists to bring a unique musical message to diverse audiences. The ensemble works with Greenfield Village and the Henry Ford Museum, known as America's greatest history attraction, to present an annual ragtime street fair that introduces American musical history to thousands of participants.
My background actually is chamber music, and this is, in a crazy, wacky way, chamber music. It's just noisy and fun and American and edgy. We like to feel like the audience is actually part of the show. Sometimes I wish we weren't always on a stage. It's a lot more fun when you're part of the party. That's really how it's intended to be. But to bring people into the fold and say, yeah, I want to go hear that, it's got to be an experiential experience. They got to be sitting right there. That makes it a little more real.
River Raisin Ragtime Revue musicians are outstanding professional freelance artists, committed to interpreting the ragtime style at the highest level.
I am classically trained right here at the University of Michigan. I was actually called many years ago just to sub in for somebody, just as a gig, and I've always loved jazz to listen to, but really haven't had any experience with it, so this is my opportunity to kind of get a little bit closer. I think the rhythmic aspect of ragtime is so important, and when you bring strings into it, it again gives that more lyrical aspect to the melody. It is some of the hardest, most energetic music that I play. I am never laid back when I'm playing even the most sensitive melody line, right on the edge of my seat.
I first really got interested in ragtime music when my Professor Michael Udow at the University of Michigan introduced me to this genre of music. I mean, there's obviously a roadmap for me to follow, but at the end of the day, once you understand, where the music came from and the history behind it, you can kind of add your own spin to it. You're not really looking at the black dots on the sheet of music. You're really bringing the music to life. I have a lot of toys that I use, and it's really to bring out some of those characteristics. The wood blocks and the cowbells. You hear a lot of whistles and things when I'm playing. Those things, they mean something to the actual music. You'll hear train sounds. It's very interesting connecting with the audiences. A lot of people that come to hear the show really, they know some of the music, but they don't know all of the music. And William does a great job of introducing all of the pieces and what they mean. That's what I try to do as a percussionist in my music. As a drummer of the ensemble, I try to draw them in to what's happening.
In an effort to preserve and record an important part of our nation's culture, R4 has produced numerous CDs and continues to collect vintage orchestrations to perform and record. Composer and arranger William Hayes, R4's music director emeritus, spends hours editing and correcting historical arrangements for the orchestra. He also composes new works for the ensemble.
When William asked me to do this, I wasn't sure because I had no history with ragtime. So I wrote a rag just after study, to see if I knew what they were doing. After that time, I wrote about 80 arrangements for the band, my second rag for the band, and 5 of my arrangements will also be in the concert, so I'm kept quite busy writing for them.
But most of all, our 4 performances are tremendous fun.